You try to convert your weaknesses or threats into opportunities.
What I believe in, the environment where you are, if you are working hard, opportunities will come to you. Once you have a purpose, do you have passion? Do you have a drive to achieve this? And then consistency. And one day miracle happens, right? It doesn't happen overnight.
So what do you think AI currently, what are the capabilities that you are vouching for?
The power of AI is exponential. Many technologies we have seen, there are linear technologies. This is the exponential technologies and the opportunity is unlimited. People tell me where to start. Don't think big. Just take one problem because AI, it's not technology. It's what problem you are going to solve using AI is what you have to look.
How do you attract the correct team?
Even if I have a 20-year intern and he will call me Sridhar, not as a sir, right? So that it starts with making like a cool culture within the organization. We always recruit people for tomorrow, not for today. One of my EA who has done, it's bad luck for me because within 1.5 years, they just get promoted and then I have to look for it. Right now, I don't have EA, I'm just trying to recruit somebody.
The way you're so disciplined, I do not see for a lot of people to actually make time.
One of my colleagues came and said that you're lucky. You know, one thing, I have to go to office by 9 o'clock. Where will I find time? Right? You always find time. How you prioritize it. I think you're self-reflecting once a month about who you are, what you want to do, what your purpose is, and where you are heading. Be present and focus on what I want to do is very, very key.
Today, I'm super thrilled to introduce someone who inspired me and influenced me in my personal growth and professional growth. Someone who has a never give up attitude. A first-generation entrepreneur who evolved leaps and bounds, overcoming obstacles, to now where he's charting one success story after another. He's someone I'm quite sure who always gives me that high on life aura every time I'm around him. Sridhar Gadhi, welcome on my show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I remember reaching out to you for my tech startup. And in the process, the learnings have been invaluable for me. And for me personally, you are probably the Brian Johnson of India who's reverse aging. I mean, look at you looking like this at 53 and getting these transformations where you have six-pack abs. That is quite something, right? Do you mind joining me in this conversation?
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
I'm sure everybody is excited to listen to your life's journey. Whether it's a tech entrepreneur or a homemaker, they will definitely be inspired after listening to all your life experiences. And I'm so grateful to have you on my show today. If I can peep into your head for a minute this very moment, what would be the self-talk happening?
This is my first video podcast.
Wow.
Very, very excited. And if you ask me what's in my mind right now is I'm very excited, bit nervous because the nervousness brings me commitment and focus that I wanted to do the best at this podcast and be here, be present here.
I mean, your discipline in life not only shows in your career as a global leader, you've evolved, but also the way you choose to live your life. It is so disciplined, that really inspires me to be like you. To grow up to be like you. And I'm sure a lot of people will resonate with this thought process. And like you rightly said, all of your experiences, I'm sure, come from not only the way you do your mentorship or entrepreneurship, programs, but also just the way you chose to live life. From what I see, there's a lot of experiences that you've gone through, especially in your formative years. And if I have to go back to your childhood a little bit and ask you, what comes on top of your head?
I come from very low middle class family, very below average student, very happy going, parents. But one thing was bothering me, which was in my mind in formative years. One way which helped me where I am. At the same time, there are certain things which were negative for me. But over the course of time, friends helped me to overcome. Because my friends and the relatives whom I used to hang out with, whom I used to go to school, most of them are financially much better. So anytime anybody cuts a joke or says something to me, it could be a real insult or it could be just a joke, right?
Yeah.
But your mind only works, because I'm not smart, because I come from a low middle class family. This is what is true. I was very sensitive with people for long until my close friends told me that's your blind spot, which I have worked. At the same time, that has given me courage and strength that I wanted to achieve something in life. So it's always build on strengths and manage your weaknesses.
Yes.
So that's what happened. I'll just give you one example. When I was a student at the age of 13 years, I was so bad, especially in mathematics. So I know that I'm going to fail the exam. So one of the class teacher said, this question, you're going to get it for sure. Immediately I raised my hands. How many marks? He said 10 marks. Okay, 25 out of 25, this is 10 marks. I thought, okay, this question I will by heart overnight. I'm going to pass the exam. Then 2 days later, that question was not there.
Oh.
In fact, I literally went and fought with the teacher. Right? That bad I was. Right? So, yeah, great stories.
Actually, you try to convert your, weaknesses or threats into opportunities.
Absolutely.
And you made it, a platform for you to feel driven, for you to feel motivated. That is totally commendable. So in your early years, where exactly did this motivation start from?
So when I was 15, so my parents sent me to tuition. So tuition also had 30 students. So after second month, the tuition teacher said, whoever comes first doesn't have to pay the fee. So somebody who was 25th or 26th out of 30, suddenly I got first. Since then, the entire year, I never paid tuition fee. And what I believe in, the environment where you are, if you are working hard, opportunities will come to you. Naturally, opportunities will come to you. So my tuition teacher came and told me, say, here I have this room, I have 30 students. I really can't expand. Why don't I'll give you additional students who are coming. So I was in 11th grade, which is inter first year. Why don't you teach math to the students? I said, it's a great opportunity. Then I started teaching students mathematics. And I was doing well and parents are happy. And parents came and said, hey, you teach math. Now I have to send my kid physics, chemistry somewhere else. So what do we do? I said, I'll help you. I went to two of my classmates. Like the way I was good at math, they are good at physics and chemistry. I said, I'm going to give you X amount per class. Can you come and teach? So they came and they started teaching. So I was running like a tutorials. It is such a proud moment. In fact, I brought first TVS scooter for my dad with that. So it was very, very proud moment for me.
Yeah.
So I understood that if you wanted to write a Polytechnics entrance examination or MSET entrance examination, in trigonometry, this kind of patterns may not be the same question. In geometry, this kind of pattern questions. So I was able to predict looking at different sample papers. I said, why don't I make a sample paper where I can predict what percentage of the questions something relevant comes, right? Because it again comes back from my background of this question will come in the exam, right? You'll pass.
That's what I was thinking.
That failure, I want to be successful.
The exam because the teacher didn't predict it right, predicting it right for others.
Exactly. So I prepared the material and I started selling outside. So that's how my whole journey of 10th to 11th to 12th happened. And when I was in undergrad, for electronics to just pass one exam, we have to refer 4 books. Obviously, middle class or 60% of the students are like me. They go to library, hardly books are available, right? There are 10 books are available, 30 students are there. You have to wait for the book to come.
Yes.
So somehow fared well in the exam. And instead of going to village that summer, I got an idea. Like the way I did a material, why don't I compile entire the 1 year of course, this specific subject into a single book. Obviously, I have taken help of a couple of my close friends and compiled the entire notes into a single book. Now you wrote, right, on paper. Now what do? So again, Jugad, right? At the young age of Jugad, I was doing typewriting, like computers those days used to learn typewriting. I went to typewriting guy, I said, pick top 3-4 who are doing high typewriting. Anyway, they have to come and practice. I'll give you this, I'll give you small money. I want entire printed version of it. They're happy to do it because it's a free of cost.
Yes.
Anyway, they have people. So they did it for me. Then I went to one government Xerox, they used to call Cyclone, something, Xerox. I went to him and said, hey, can you come and work with me over the weekend? I'm going to give you like few thousands of papers. Can you make copies? Then I made a printout, used to keep every day in my bag. I used to go to college. Then, people, okay, I need 3 books, 2 books, just started selling. This college, then some other college got, interested, started selling. So that's how my whole entrepreneurship journey started. And by performing well, one opportunity after other. So that has given me a huge confidence in life that anything and everything I can do, with hard work and passion and consistency.
So I feel that, from the happiness has been constant, like you said, I was very, very happy when I was happy-go-lucky, even when I failed the math exam. And when I was driven, when I was doing these copies of books and selling, all throughout you were happy. What do you think went into your mind, that mental health? How did that happiness happen to you?
I think I'm naturally a very positive person, right? Every moment I enjoy. And every opportunity which comes, I take. And I'm a person believes in gratitude, right? Where you started, where you are today. Most importantly for me is I take inspiration from every individual and I have the gratitude which makes me more happy. And learning from more successful people, everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and continuously be better for myself.
That's so beautifully put. Gratitude is the mantra, no matter where you are in life. And I think the moment you're grateful for what you have, you just keep attracting more of the things that you like and that you want.
Absolutely.
But let's say for a moment that if money is out of the equation, would you still be doing the same things that you're doing?
If it is today, definitely money is not the driver.
Okay.
Not only today, since last 10 years. First 10 years of my business career, whatever the success I have seen, whatever the ups and downs I have seen, then the stability which I have created for the family. So from then, it's always my passion and drive. If you look at the time I spent, so as a group, we do around 2,000 crores revenue. But I spend 60% of the time in an AI startup which I have started, which hardly has revenues, right?
Yes.
So I spend disproportionate amount of time where I am passionate about and driven. Then, in fact, if I would have focused only on money, maybe my success in terms of money would have been much higher.
Yeah.
But of course, AI, I believe in future is in AI and there is a huge opportunity. So I'm always driven by the passion, and money is the byproduct, not living the first 10 years of my life. So if you ask me what I would have done without money as a factor, I would have still done the same thing, because the work what I do, I thoroughly enjoy, especially with AI and the possibilities. Plus, I could have spent little more time on teaching. That's something which I really enjoy, and that's my first business.
That's very exciting. I'm sure a lot of people also look up to you as a mentor for their tech startups. So let's go back to your career beginnings, your early lessons, if I may say, good, bad, everything in between.
So I finished my education, worked with Satyam, which is Tech Mahindra. So I joined within a month. There is a entry-level training program, which is usually orientation and all. So one of the director came and said, technology is just starting and the opportunity is huge, and the opportunity is in US. So it stuck in my mind that, okay, so I'm not here to work, I'm here to again succeed. So within 4 or 5 months, I started looking for jobs in US. Within 9 months, I got my visa and left to US. So went to US, worked with IBM again for 9 months. By then I was married. My wife came to US and she was pregnant. Then by then I had 2 months of savings with me.
Okay.
So I said, no time to start my business. The wife is there, and it means you can't be sharing room with somebody. You need to have your own place. You need to have your own insurance and all.
Yeah.
So I called my father-in-law, who is also my mannerism. So it's my mother's brother.
Okay.
So I called him and said, hey, I have 2 months of savings. In case if I don't sustain, will you give me 2 more months of savings? He said, go ahead. So I just left my job. But I always want to do something different from others, something unique from others. Around that time, Y2K, it was around 98, 99. Everybody wanted to convert in technology, in software. Everything is written in with 2-digit per year.
Yes.
But once it becomes 2000, 2-digit becomes 00, right? So the biggest opportunity for all these companies, Infosys, Wipro and everything is, how do you convert 2-digit to 4-digit? When 2000 comes, still technology works.
Yeah.
So everybody was focusing on IBM mainframe. That's the 90% of the market. 100% of the companies are focusing. I said, if I focus, I'm also again me too.
Yes.
So what should I do different? There is a Unisys mainframe,
Okay.
like IBM, which used to have 10% market share.
Okay.
Somehow I got the cloned version of Unisys mainframe software and said, I'm going to train people on Unisys mainframe and I'm going to get projects and place people doing the Unisys mainframe Y2K, right?
Okay.
Suddenly you have this white space where, all these big guys are not competing.
Yeah.
Then 2000 came. Everybody was focusing on SAP. Now I want to do the enterprise implementation. So I said, okay, if everybody is doing SAP, I will do PeopleSoft, which is upcoming. Right? So we become around $15 million revenue company.
Wow.
Good cash flows, doing very well, feel hero for yourself and all.
That's in just a couple of years.
2.5 years. Stock market in India was booming.
Yes.
So Satyam share was around 16,000 rupees, Infosys, Wipro.
Yeah.
It's crazy market.
Yeah.
So I thought we should also look at IPO and all. We started building a product, built a team here, built infrastructure, then started doing pre-IPO fundraise, collecting some fundraise money because we planned to go IPO. Then the .com burst happened.
Oh.
So which means all these .com companies we were working with started announcing bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Big telecom companies we used to work with started announcing bankruptcy. So suddenly your revenue becomes half because they're laying off people. And then your account receivable you are supposed to get also started becoming bad debts. You're not able to get the money. And you have a fixed team, which means your costs are higher than your overheads are than money. Plus, I have already taken some money for pre-IPO.
Oh.
Right? So, and
already collected money.
It's very clear that we are not going to go IPO.
Yes.
And it's not the right thing to go for IPO.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the 1 year is the biggest or the toughest period in my life, even today. So luckily in my mind, any problem gets into solution mode very, very fast. Right? So my mind only works on a solution. So then, how we evolved as an organization to revive the business, again to come back, clear whatever the amounts which we have taken from the people and stabilize the business. But at that time, what taught me a lesson, which is, I don't know whether it's good, bad or whatever. See, I went from here 0 without any money.
Yes.
9 months worked here, 9 months worked in with 2 months, right? All the business, every money which I was getting, putting in the business. So I thought, if I wanted to fulfill my passion, if I wanted to be continuously innovate, continuously do what I want to do for success, I need to have a stability.
Yes.
That's when I started investing into businesses which gives recurring revenues, which are not just IP led, which has asset underlying asset. Today we have around 800,000 square feet of warehouses which I have taken and rent it. I have a hotel which I have given it to a brand that they take care of it. I'm a chairman of a manufacturing company which gives continuous revenues. We're doing around 800 crores this year. So I have built few assets which are not only wealth but which gives recurring revenues. So that has given me confidence that now I have the platform, the family stability is there. Now I can go run again, take a next leap. So that's how my whole journey has started.
That's nice. I mean, I like how you said the freedom that comes with financial stability. I think that is something we shouldn't ignore when we're still following our passion and our heart. Especially, I think during those tough times when your wife was pregnant, I'm sure you would have had that real roller coaster ride where you're like, should I now follow my passion or what should I do? So that's like something that would have probably really changed you, because like you said, it's the toughest year. I can't imagine being in another country where there's, a recession and all that happening.
I'm glad that I have seen those.
Yes, right.
Where it strengthened me and to achieve more, what I am today.
Yeah.
So life is all about experiences.
So coming again back to the stability and instability, do you still feel there's a lot of instability in the tech market, in the way the AI is changing, very transient? Every hour, there are so many different tools, so many different softwares and apps. From SAP, it's gone to some,
Absolutely. AI is considered as the biggest innovation in our lives. It is more than internet, more than telecom revolution, because you're talking about AI bringing to a human intelligence.
Yeah.
It's not just human intelligence.
Yeah.
It started with, let's say, elementary school intelligence to college level intelligence. In a year, you're talking about a PhD level intelligence. Again, PhD level intelligence, not specific to one subject. For example, you have a doctor, good doctor who is a gynecologist. He only knows about that. Think about a doctor who knows gynecology, who knows heart problems, who knows cancer. Somebody has multiple. Yes. Combined intelligence, how you can cure specific disease, right?
Yes.
The power of this AI is exponential. Many technologies we have seen, there are linear technologies. This is the exponential technologies and the opportunity is unlimited. So what I feel, yes, there are definitely elements of risks. This journey, if you want to be, it's like yagnam, right? It's like tapas. You have to do tapas and you have to give all in, right? All in, and definitely there is an opportunity. And it's not that you sit back and do something, because the world is changing so fast. If you develop application looking at AI, what it does today,
yes,
you are too late, right?
Correct.
We have to look at what is going to be AI in 6 months, 1 year from now, because these models are 5 times smarter than what is today. Can you see the goalpost? Can you hit it?
Yeah.
But we Indians have the fantastic opportunity. So think about what is required for AI to be successful, right? Data.
Yes.
Where the most amount of data is available? India.
Yeah.
And if data is available only on internet, that's already served by OpenAI, Google and everything, they are doing it.
Correct.
There is so much unstructured data, right? There is so much data which is not available digitally. You take specific vertical, get the data, makes unstructured data into structured data, the data which is not digitized, and if you can make some intelligence out of it and create models and provide that as a service to the customers. For my kids and so many younger generation, I tell them, don't miss this opportunity. There is nothing called work-life balance, right? I think this is the best opportunity, both AI as well as India.
I feel that, there are people who are very talented, like a full stack tech engineer can actually start working on, AI capabilities and everything.
Again, AI is huge opportunity, right? If I try to, I'm not as smart to, or doesn't have the resources to build OpenAI, right? I want to focus on one area, two areas where I'm extremely good at. So when people tell me where to start, don't think big, just take one problem, because AI, it's not technology. It's what problem you're going to solve using AI is what you have to look at.
That really makes someone's life easier.
Absolutely. So both strategy wise, operations wise, customer experience wise, that's very, very valuable. Second, government side. You go to Fortune 100 companies, McKinsey, PwC, they come and say, there are so much inefficiencies, we can help you.
Yes.
Think about a Fortune 100 companies can have so many inefficiencies to work on a continuous basis. Think about the public sector. And how much technology can play a role to bring that efficiency.
Yes.
When you say efficiency, providing the best seamless services to citizens, enterprises working with the government.
Yeah.
So today you want to order a food, fingertip, right? Tuck, you're getting everything. So at an enterprise level, a citizen at the center gets anything on a fingertip. Why not from the public sector, your services on a fingertip, right? So how can you help seamless services to citizens and enterprises from the public sector? What can we do? Is the problem statement we're working on. The reason we are working on at Quantela, we have done around 200 cities, smart cities all over the world. The amount of understanding we have about the public sector, knowledge of the data, which is publicly available, right? It's scattered, but it's publicly available. This is meant for citizens. And the problem statements, what they are there today.
Yeah.
At the same time, the partner network we have, because we are proven there.
Yes.
So this is one area, again, it's blue ocean, right? Again, I told you, if everybody is doing it, this is something government, not many people are focusing, and that's our strength, and that's what we wanted to build.
Yeah. And especially in a country like India, I see that every state is a different country with different culture and language. And when I actually go and see Japan, China, and countries like this, which are highly evolved only because they have all the network coming together through technology, just one place where people can easily fix any loopholes, any challenges in the government sector, in the public sector.
Absolutely.
Doing a lot of things, playing multiple roles as a leader. How does your calendar look?
So I'm very strict about what time I sleep over the weekdays. I don't go for any social commitments. Even if I go as a commitment, back home by 9:30, sleep before 10 o'clock, get up by 4:45 a.m. By 5:45 to 6 to 7:20, I'm at gym. Even if I have flight at 8:20 a.m., I still do. I still remember one of my colleague came and said that you're lucky. One thing, I have to go to office by 9 o'clock. Where will I find time? Right? So you always find time. It's
I know.
How you prioritize it.
Yeah.
Same thing. Sunday is my family time. I just don't give it anybody. So I think if you ask me about the calendar, it's all about planning.
Yes.
And prioritizing 80-20 rule, right? What is that you want to do?
Yeah.
So you always have time for everything.
I'm glad to know you're a part of the 5 a.m. club. And the way you're so disciplined, I do not see it much in the Gen Z. Still a lot of difficulties for a lot of people. Why Gen Z, even my age, to actually make time, So I think it's always about priorities. Otherwise, the rest are only excuses and reasons. If you're able to prioritize sleep, if you're able to prioritize nutrition, prioritize your, physical fitness, I think everything else will fall in place, automatically.
Absolutely.
And that brings me to your culture, your work culture. I came to understand that you're very, motivating when it comes to your team as well. The way you inspire them and push them to be more and do more. I heard all your EAs are, great personalities themselves. They've evolved, into great stuff and businesses themselves. How do you do this? How do you attract the correct team?
So I play 3 roles. I am an entrepreneur where I'm very passionate about one thing which I'm doing, really wanted to build, really wanted to prove something who has not done it. It could be a technology product, it could be a go-to-market strategy, or it could be positioning, right? So that's one. Second, I wear a hat of investor, right? So where I help companies to be successful,
Yes.
right? Then I'm a builder. So I wear a different hats for different situations. So we have multiple companies we have incubated within Paradigm Group, and we always recruit people for tomorrow, not for today, not for the work what they are doing today, the potential what they can achieve. As you have rightly said, one of my EA who has done, it's bad luck for me because within 1.5 years they just get promoted and then I have to look for it. Right now I don't have EA, I'm just trying to recruit somebody.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So you'll be CEO one day.
Yeah.
So one of the guy was doing so well. Then we sent him to head Europe business operations. And recently for our AI company, I started and I was building the whole organization. And I have seen we have very smart IITs, IIM, very smart young kids who are of age 21, 23. So I was leading the organization and my EA was doing so well, and his mindset, his consistency, his passion, drive to achieve, whatever it takes. So one day I announced that, you'll be a chief operating officer and I wanted to elevate you to the next level to lead the business. It was a shock to him. It was a shock to everybody. But I felt that the most of the guys who are doing AI, let's say are 20, 25-year-old.
Yes.
And my EA is a 26, 27-year-old. And he is very passionate. I believe in giving them opportunities.
Correct.
So I always feel that I connect with young people. I want to be surrounded by young people. And I feel that I understand them well better than everybody. But I also know that I'm more than double their age, right? So my imagination and strive to match up to them is different from really working with them. So I thought, okay, let's get somebody who can relate to them and build it. So that's the kind of culture we have built. It's whoever joins us, they are like lifetime, friends and lifetime partners to us. Yeah.
There is a little bit of calling the shots my way kind of an attitude in you because you are a first generation entrepreneur?
No, it's there. But I give comfort to people for them to openly discuss their ideas and share their ideas. For example, even if I have a 20-year intern and he will call me Sridhar, not as a sir, right? So that it starts with being like a cool culture within the organization. Nobody calls me sir.
And that freedom at work is really something that is still very nascent, I feel, in a lot of, even some of the biggest organizations in India. It's still looked at as, let's do a 45-hour work week, or, it's mandatory. And I actually feel that when I'm sitting idle is when I'm the most productive. When I'm staring at a wall rather than when I'm staring at a screen is when all my ideas will come to one place where I'm like, yeah, okay, this is what I really want to do. So I think that is playing a huge role into, the impact that you're creating in your work environment and your work culture.
And another point which I forgot is, especially when you have next level leaders, even your next generation want you to join, getting them good coaches to help you. Not every time they would like to ask me, or I may not be best at everything, right?
Yeah.
If you have a good coach, when you have a confusion, when you are not sure, you have somebody who's very structured and ask you right questions for you to open up your mind to take the right decisions. I highly recommend the next level entrepreneurs to identify a couple of them who, as a coaches, maybe something for fundraising or something for technological direction, something else. So that's very, very valuable.
Yeah, that's important. Now I can quickly think about a couple of things I have to reach out to you for.
Absolutely. Anything which I'm good at, more than happy to.
Yeah. So, like you said, you're always surrounded with young people. Do you also forget your age sometimes?
I do.
No, but that shows how do you do this? Because I honestly, not to comment on anyone, but I see a lot of people who are in the limelight who who seem to not be able to take care of themselves as they grow older. It could be lifestyle, it could be genetics, I don't know. But how do you have such good skin and, you're taking care of your health and body like this? How? Like, what drives you? I know it's a lifestyle, but can you think something more deeper?
I'll share. Before that, I wanted to share one incident. So I have granddaughter who was 1 year old.
Oh.
So we had this birthday celebration. Photographer took my daughter, son-in-law's girls' pictures. I was there, my wife was there, my in-laws are there. So now the photographer says, it's for time for grandparents. I forgot that I'm the grandparent. I said, oh, Miro, you guys go. I said, no, you are the grandparent. Oh, I'm the grandparent. Right, so I'm still in that, because especially when I work with young people, I still go to nice concerts. I went to Tomorrowland thrice. So I thoroughly enjoy that life of it. Somebody asked me, so I should be able to go to nightclub and still carry myself. Right? And people don't feel like some Buddha has come, right? Yeah, so coming back to, my lifestyle, as I have mentioned to you, at Harvard, I learned about life is 4 baskets, right? Personal, business, family, and legacy.
Yes.
The same way, what I believe in is when you are fit, when you carry yourself so well at this age.
Yes.
I myself is the biggest icebreaker, right? People just ask you, you start conversation, you open up and all, right?
Yeah.
So coming back, I always believe in one, internally, whether you are healthy, which means whether you're doing right meditation, you're eating healthy or not. That's one thing which I believe in. Second, if I'm going to buy nice watch, or if I wanted to buy nice Armani jacket, first of all, if I wanted to have a nice ornament, whether my body and me, that's in my hand, whether I can carry that well as well or not. So that way, including the calories, how many calories I burn, how many calories I eat, how much protein I eat, how much fiber I eat, how much carb I eat, how much green I eat. So I monitor everything very well. So that gave me a drive of, this is something which I need to focus. And second, of course, like everybody says, right, how much hydration is the most important thing, how much water you drink is very, very important.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm sure you are a tough competition to the young generation of actors also. Have you ever thought about...
No, not really, but I'm happy where I am.
Do you have like any crushes?
I don't say crush, but Deepti Akki is the most, favorite actors.
That's nice. What is it that, you look forward to as a parent?
So I have 2 daughters, and early part of my life, everything was work. So I couldn't really spend too much quality time with them. Quantity time with them, but some quality time. But over the course of time, the relationship and bond is so good that we are more like friends. And I can proudly say that with me or with my wife, everything they will share, which even they don't share with friends, but they will share. I'll just give you one example. My second daughter, we asked her what kind of boy you wanted to marry.
Oh.
So she has given some specifications, this and somebody like Chiru, whom we know last 4 or 5 years. Then said, why not Chiru? Then we spoke to their family and we discussed with them, and today, they're happy, family happy couple. So that kind of relationship where we can share anything and everything with us. And initially, I'm a more of a father. Now they're grown, so mentor. Then they are friends. They are colleagues. So that's the level of relationship we build. I'm so happy that, in fact, when they are hosting a party, Dad, can you come for half an hour, 1 hour? I feel proud. that usually these people, they don't at that age, Dad, please don't come in and around us around this time. Right? Dad, please come for half an hour and spend time with us. I feel very, very good that I'm arrived. So a very, very close bonding with them. And I tell my kids that, see, being a first generation, you can always be a leader to start with. But if you are a leader directly, how will you know the problem of the worker who is working, right? He says the work is not getting done.
Yes.
You can scream or you can say you have to get it done. So you have to be a worker to start with. Then be a manager, how to manage workers. Then be a leader. But what you are privileged because of hard work we have put in, the time you spend as a worker will be limited. It's not going to be 5 years to become manager, right? 6 months, 1 year work. Understand the pain, understand what it takes to work. Then become a manager. Understand how to work with people, how to build teams, how to collaborate, how to achieve certain tasks. Right? And once you achieve certain tasks and prove it within the group that you delivered, then people respect you as a leader. So that's a journey which my kids are going through, and now happy that they listen to me, and I also arrange some coaches beyond a parent to have suggestions and also.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's a nice takeaway, to have some coaches or mentors for your children to look up to and get direction from while they're doing what they're doing. That's very nice. So when we talk about the young entrepreneurs, tech entrepreneurs or otherwise, what are the 3 most important tips that you have?
I think the most important thing is you should have a clear purpose. You have to have purpose. Purpose cannot be money. Like money, you'll make it. You have to have a very, very clear purpose. Then once you have a purpose, do you have passion? Do you have a drive to achieve this? And then consistency. I think everything you do, whether you have that consistency every day, and one day miracle happens, right? It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
So if you have a clear passion and a drive and a passion, and if you continuously work hard, you'll achieve it. And lots of people give up very fast.
Yes.
But many people don't tell the hard work and how many times they failed before they seeing the success. I'll give you an example. One of the podcasts I was listening. So one leader, his driver left him and went to Dubai. He was working somewhere. And the driver sent a LinkedIn invite to his ex-boss. Then ex-boss messaged him, why LinkedIn? At your age, you are supposed to see Instagram and all this stuff. Sir, Instagram, if you see, every day looks like a holiday, every day looks like a party. Right? Which I can't afford. So I wanted to be in a world which is real, where I wanted to live the life real, right? So in Instagram, though you go for 3 days, 3 times in a year, you post that. Then I go, I post it.
Yes.
If you imagine that life, and if you think that life is like that, it's wrong, right? So every successful story has many ups and downs. So you see the real world. I think that's one message which
Yeah. I think I also, the moment you said that, I can so relate to it, that what is actually real and what is not on social media is a huge conversation in itself today. And especially what people are getting inspired by, and going back to the amount of data and the amount of information we have, to the way we are processing it in our subconscious minds. Because when we're constantly browsing, on some days, even like I'm just browsing, without any purpose. And then I'm like suddenly feeling like this data and this information is influencing my decisions in real life, That day I'm influenced to go somewhere and eat that sushi.
Absolutely.
So it is happening, in reality. And also I think, again, going back to technology, it's really driving our mind and mindset, and today we are sure and we know that all of this data, which is showing up on social media when we're browsing, is somewhere fed,
Yeah.
a
drive
technology company like yours, you can tell probably even in a better way that all of this, which is my mindset, is being studied every day. I'm being studied as Deepti every day, and what Deepti likes, where she wants to go, what does she
Everything
want to eat. And maybe very soon the AI will get into our minds.
You might forget, they still remind you. Human beings can forget, they have the data.
I know, right? Yeah.
I think it's very important that you're not shallow, you're like deep, you self-reflect, and you have a clear purpose, what is important for you, and whether you are spending enough time on what is important for you rather than just carried away by the world.
Yeah.
Is very, very important.
So according to you, what do you think is the screen time that somebody should spend on scrolling, on browsing, anything on the internet?
See, I mean, screen time is very difficult to say. For example, if you take me, WhatsApp is a way of life for me. I have to communicate something, I just WhatsApp, because I don't have to call somebody. He may be busy or something, right? I communicate. So you work or everything. Social life, I feel once a day in the evening, sometime when you have time,
Yes.
rather than surfing every hour. I think that's, or the weekends,
Yeah.
you have your own free time. But otherwise, it's mixed, right? Entire TV, you go. Now we have many opportunities to see the nice podcasts.
Yes.
And it's not that you're, it's only entertainment, right?
Correct.
Every platform has many great things, many
Yes.
not so great things.
Yes.
Where you're focusing, how much you're focusing, and you yourself be accountable and self-reflect. I think you're self-reflecting once a month
Yeah.
about who you are, what you want to do, what your purpose is, and where you're heading. And, including me, right? I just sometimes get carried away, whether I can come back and
Correct.
be present and focus on what I want to do is very, very key.
Yeah. So maybe self-reflecting without gadgets
Yeah.
for a couple of days every month will
Yeah.
do the trick.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's great. So, Sridhar, the amount of learnings that I get when I talk to you, every time I talk to you, is invaluable. And I feel not only if you're driven towards being an entrepreneur, right? Whatever you want to do in every walk of life, there are highs, there are lows, but the way you take it head on and not go around the problem and go through it and find a solution, be good at decision making and come out of it, evolve from it stronger. I see that so much in your grit, in your determination, consistency, and that never give up attitude, which you have in life and work, and that beautiful work-life integration that you've created for yourself is purely phenomenal. So thank you so much for being here with us. I hope to do more and more podcasts with you, because I think there are irreplaceable lessons that we still have to talk about and learn.
Great. Thank you, Deepti. Thoroughly enjoyed in our conversation, and thank you for inviting me. Thanks to the entire team. So thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.